Hi, my name is Lisa and welcome to my channel. Today I have got a fun project to complete. Today I'm going to be using my Cricut Joy Card mat to make a folded card. I'll be using one of the projects that you can find in my Cricut Design Space profile, and I'll also pop a link to the project in the description box below. At the time I made this video, everything I am using is included in the free version of Cricut Design Space. If it is the first time you're watching me, make sure it is not the last. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Let's get started. Today, I'm going to be using my Cricut Joy Card mat and my Cricut Joy Light Grip mat to make a 14.5cm by 10.5cm folded card. I purchased these from K-Mart in Australia. They are Anko Branded. I'll pop a link in the description box below. I'm also going to need a piece of cardstock, anything roughly about that size, and we're going to use a quick cut on any mat. Let's get started. We're going to do this one the easy way. We're going to click make it. Now it's going to sort the mats into project color. Now it's going to ask you how you will load all of your materials for this project. Now the one card is going to be the insert card and the other one is going to be the actual folded card. So one for me will be on the card mat and the other one will be on a regular mat. I'm going to say multiple ways. So over here it's got mat number 1 and mat number 2. Now my mat number 1 in this case is the card mat. And I'm going to make sure that this design is pushed all the way into that top left hand corner. Sometimes it pops in the middle and you don't want to set that. Make sure that it is the top left hand corner. My second mat here is going to be, I'm going to say on a mat. And you line this up wherever you want to line this up with your mat. If you keep using the top left hand corner, you might wear out the top left hand corner of your mat, so you might want to change it up a bit. I'm going to use the top left hand corner today just to keep it simple. I'm going to start with mat number 1. Before I press continue, you want to make sure that your machine is turned on. Plug it in. Make sure it makes all the correct noises and that light is flashing. I'm also going to find my mats. I've got one lovely card mat here, and I have one lovely light grip mat for my other card. Now the first card mat it was saying was the card, so we're going to take off our dust cover, we're going to pop our card. Now my other trick here is you've got to make sure that your card lines up with that blue line. If you push it all the way up to the top, you can lose up to a mil, and it also moves around depending on where your card mat was aligned. So you want to make sure that that white, the top of the white card is on that blue line. So when you're ready, you want to avoid as many finger oils as you can on this card mat too. I like to use my scraping tool and give it a good stick to that card mat without touching it. My first card mat got lost with finger oils and scraping, all sorts of rubbish. Machine's on, solid white light, open it up. So now we're going to be asked to select our material, and today I'm using cardstock with the packet says that it's 210 GSM. So I'm going to select medium cardstock, and I find that I don't get a clean cut unless I select more pressure. However, it is a risk that you will wear your mat out quicker. So now it's asking us to load our chosen pen. I am going to unclick my clamp, remove and load my chosen pen, and re-click my clamp so it's closed again and ready to go. Now it's time for me to load my card mat, and I need to make sure I completely unload my card mat before I load it. First, it'll check that it has enough material, and if you're happy and it's happy, it'll ask you to press go. So now it's asking for us to load our fine point blade. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to unclick our clamp, we're going to pull out our pen, we're going to click our pen back together, and we're going to pop that blade back in the clamp and click it in and go ahead and push go. Now that the cut's complete, it's asking me to unload. To make our custom insert card. Now we're going to be asked to select our material, and today I'm using cardstock with the packet says that it's 210 GSM. So I'm going to select medium cardstock, and I find that I don't get a clean cut unless I select more pressure. However, it is a risk that you will wear your mat out quicker. To make our custom insert card, I'm going to get the cardstock and I'm going to pop it onto my mat using my scraper to avoid as many finger oils on my dirty mat as possible. Now, if you've got any tips for me to clean that mat, go ahead and pop them in the comments box below. Now it's asking us to load our fine point blade, and I'm just going to check mine is already loaded, so I'm going to go ahead and load my mat, and I need to make sure I completely unload my mat before I go ahead and load it. First, it'll check that it has enough material, and if you're happy and it's happy, it'll ask you to press go. Now that the cut's complete, it's asking me to unload, so I'm going to go ahead and press that unload button, and now it's weeding time. So it's time to weed that insert card off our mat. So the way I get the cleanest cut is if I fold up all 4 of those side edges first, take off the outer coating, peel the insert card off our mat carefully and try and avoid curling. Now it's a super exciting time, so we get to weed our card. So I'm going to just grab that card mat. I'm going to start carefully peeling off the card. Now the idea of these cards, according to Cricut, is that they will self-weed. But if they are not, you want to make sure that all the little bits stay on your mat. So I'm going to use my weeding tool to make sure that this happens. And we carefully keep peeling this card off to make sure that it does self-weed as much as possible and help it along where we can. And we're going to take out our card. It's looking pretty already, but we've got all of those scraps on that card mat, so we're going to scrape them off using our scraper. It's time to put our card together. So to put our card together, we need to take our custom insert card and pop it into each of the corners that have been pre-cut by our Cricut Joy. And there we have it, our finished card made out of budget materials. If you liked the video today, please go ahead and give this video a huge thumbs up for me. If it is the first time you're watching me, make sure it is not the last. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you are amongst the first to know when I release a new video. Thanks for watching.